Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to try some more Sumi painting of 3 boxes. It's sort of like a change from the sphere that I was doing, and more I'm going to try more like working into how to use this material and go for the effect that I'm looking for. I'm having fun, so I hope you join me. Well, here's my first attempt. I would kind of consider it a failure, maybe. There's a lot wrong here. Some parts I like. My proportions are terrible. This is way too squat. I actually kind of like the way I did this background area. I'm trying to decide if I should do the background in a lot of detail or make it just kind of unknown, kind of nebulous or abstract. I tried this this ink that I had found. I've had this since forever, and I forgot I had it, so I tried that. It's kind of nice just to be able to dip right into this little bottle. So let's just try it again. I always forget to weigh down my paper, which is what this is down here in the corner. And I think I'm going to try a big brush this time. Okay, so I feel like this one's a little bit stronger. One interesting thing I think that I keep running into is that I don't want to split things into just completely colored in bold shapes. So like this all is in shadow all the way down to here. All of it right here is in shadow. And I could just block it out and make it completely black, but I don't want to do that because I think it would be boring, and it just doesn't. It's not the look I'm going for. So it's kind of like I'm trying to strike a balance between these broad black areas. They're just solid black, and what is actually a lot darker than what I've represented, but has I don't know, that I'm trying to show is in shadow without actually coloring it in, basically. Anyway, yeah, so like this and this are obviously not the same value because the light's coming from up here, so this is going to be brighter than down here, and I haven't represented that. One way I could is by coming in and doing like hatching like this, and I haven't ruled that out completely, and I kind of did that here, but that's still not quite the style of a brush like this. Like this hatching would work better with a pen if I'm going for an ink drawing, and then I could come in and get very subtle changes in value. With this, I'm kind of going for more the gesture and the feeling and the quality of this medium, which is, you know, a pretty wet, fluid paint. I mean, it's ink, but I'm using it like paint. And then this brush that has pretty soft bristles, and it's round, and so it gives you these like, like calligraphy type gestural shapes and forms and thicks and thins. I'm trying to use that and bend it into the shape of a representational thing when it works best as an abstract thing. And that's why I'm interested in this, partly why I'm interested in this challenge, is to capture the brush and ink force it into something that it doesn't necessarily naturally do, but make it look cool or right in doing it. And so it's naturally going to be abstract to some degree. It just matters which way I push it. Like this one I laid out drawing more at the beginning than the other one, which isn't always the best for me because that's the way I was trained, and so I fall back into old habits of trying to draw it precisely as if it were not this kind of brush. Anyway, that was more than what I meant to say, but I'm glad I said it. Let's try another one. I'm really going to try for a more fluid, abstract motion this time. I actually kind of like the way this one went. Over here you can really see I fell back into the old way of trying to draw it out, because I was like, what do I do there? I feel like there should be something there. I don't know. Anyway, let's try it again. So these ones, this one and the previous one, I like them in a way. They have kind of that like certain kind of maybe early abstract expressionist, I don't know exactly what category they would be, but where they would just do a lot of like black on white paintings and with big gestures like this. It's fun, but I guess I want a balance between this crazy and then, something that's more precise like this. Which even this isn't that precise. But I'm going to try one more time. For now. Okay, so there's something about this one that I like. I think that it's this combination of the bold gestures and then the not super precise sort of like touching it up right here. Where coming back with a small brush I think was a good thing that I'll try to repeat. Then the small brush I could come back in and kind of try to make sense of the squiggles, the abstract parts. That ink I had was a little thin, so some of these parts are more gray, and I want them to be black, but Anyway, you know, like what I would call the drawing of it, the proportions of the perspective of the boxes and stuff isn't very good, but I guess I have to let that go some. I was like in my training, it was like hammered into you, like the proportion and perspective has to be just right. Anyway, I feel like what I do want is like a balance between thin lines and thick lines, and like loud strokes and quiet strokes, and I guess I kind of like the way this sort of approximates the handles on the dresser, like that. So it gives something interesting going on over here without a lot happening. So anyway, I feel like I learned something with this, so I'm glad. Well, there it is. I hope what I said was like semi-coherent. I mean, when I just talk to the camera, sometimes I think I'm making sense, but I'm not sure if I am. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with... I feel like I made a little bit of progress today, which is fun. Not going to talk too much more because I don't want this video to be too long, but I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider checking out some of my other videos. And if you're here mainly for fingerboard videos and such, but you still watch these other videos, thank you. Yeah, that's all. I hope you have a good day. Bye!